Hi, it's been a while. In today's video, I'll talk about so many things: study visa, tourist visa, military, um, and reason why some people have been sent back from the airport in Russia. So let's start with the tourist, with the student visa. For those of you that would like to study in Russia, the admission is still on. And based on my recent calculations this morning, if you are 30 years and below, your tuition fee, the total package, total money you're going to spend for the tourist, for the student visa should be around 5.5 million naira. This 5.5 million include your tuition fee, processing fee, document translation, authentication of your document, while you still have to pay for visa fee and legalization at the Russian embassy in Nigeria. But if you're 30 years and below, it should 5.5 million should be enough based on the current exchange rate. But for those that are slightly over 30 years, then the tuition fee is actually a little higher. So, like I said, if you want to apply for a study visa, the admission is still going. The Russian president recently signed a law. The law was just passed on November 5th, saying anybody that wants to apply for this permanent residency, this Russian passport, must sign 1 year contract, military contract. Must. Before, when you want to apply for either of these two documents, they'll ask you like something like your knowledge in exam certificate to show that you did Russian language exam. You need to bring your passport. You need to bring this. You need to bring that. Right now, you must bring a contract, a document that said you've signed 1 year mandate. It's mandatory. So, but if you have this blue passport, you don't need to you don't need to panic, because this one does not expire. You can live in this country for 200 years. You get with this one, because they expire. So the people that actually have slight problem are people that have the temporary residency. The temporary residency are always, this is what temporary residency looks like. I never see my own again. The temporary residency are always impute on your Nigerian passport. This is what temporary residency looks like. So this one is valid for 3 years. Then after 3 years, you apply for this one before applying for this one. So if you have the temporary residency, because of the validity, then before you apply for this one, you must sign a 1 year contract. Must. So now the people who are not saying they get problem with that. Hopefully the war ends soon so that everything will go back to normal. And to those always asking me about, I'm already in Russia, where can I find a job? Somebody they post from my comment section recently, they post them often, but I just don't want to reply the message, because first of all, not be me do your visa for you. So there's no need for me to so if you want to get a job in Russia, you need to look for a job by yourself. I'm not going to find work, because it's not me if you do your visa. So I'm not gonna, take my own time to find work for you. It's never gonna happen. So if you want to find a job in Russia, you don't need a student permit. You don't need student permit or anything. All you just need now just your passport and the translation of your passport. Then you need NIN. No, not be NIN. INN. They call them ENN for Russia. ENN. You need SNILS. When you come, all these things, you go do all these things for you. You'll go pension fund, you'll do your SNILS there. They will help you do SNILS. Then you need anyway, when you just come, these are some of the documents where you need. Sometimes just only your passport will be enough. Let's say you want work like supermarket, all those things, they don't need too much document. But now when you want work professional job, supermarket, and just anybody can work there. So you get, even without documents, if you can still work at the supermarket. But when you want to do professional job, maybe that's when they'll ask you for these documents where I don't list so far. So if you're looking for a job, there are jobs in Russia. In fact, I checked them this morning based on statistics. Russia has low unemployed rate compared to many countries. The only country where they are above Russia now, at least Liechtenstein or whatever they call them, and Faroe Island. These are the two countries where get job past Russia in Europe. A lot of people want to go to Portugal, France, Spain, and so on and so on. Yeah, their salary there is kind of higher, but there are more. You have chances to get jobs in Russia than all those places. So if you find work for 1 month and you no see work, no begin the shout, say, "You work not dey for Russia, oga, work there." Just try learn the language. When you learn the language, then you see for yourself. When you learn the language, you go blend magic. Anything we want, you go get them easily. That's just the fact. The secret about this abroad is the longer you stay, the easier it gets. So when you come first 2 months, 3 months, you never click. If you want to run go back to Nigeria, well, na you sabi. If you run go back, but I advise you suffer too, based on how we take suffer too. You suffer when time reach, now you go begin the enjoy them. So no run, there are jobs in Russia, yeah. So about this military stuff, a few weeks ago I went to Moscow. Then I went to a certain embassy to submit for a visa. So when I finished submitting for that visa, I was going back to, they don't give me recollection slip, tell me the day to come pick up the passport. Yeah, they write 20th November. So that's around next week, Friday, which I had to go Moscow again on Friday next week. Maybe Thursday, I can't remember the date. So when I finished the submission of this document, I had to go train bus station. So when I got there, I saw a guy from Gambia. He told me some interesting thing where he say, I could post just, inside the record, maybe inside the record, but I just do codedly. The last voice note, they interesting, but I can't later find out say the thing no clear because I listened to that thing recently again. I for don't make this video long time ago, but I'm just so tired to make videos these days. But I will post some of the videos where me and him they talk, make you listen to waiting and talk about this. He went to Ukraine to fight. He came to Russia on a tourist visa. Just listen. I will post the video so that you go listen to waiting and talk.
Passport, we did fingerprint for citizenship. We did fingerprint. Then I came back. The commander called me to go back.
You already have a Russian passport, right?
No, I do the fingerprint.
You already did fingerprint. Okay, so if you go for the military for 1 year, you are eligible to apply.
Citizenship. Citizenship.
Okay, you are eligible to apply for citizenship. So
they will give you a document to go with it. But it's not safe for that place too much of death.
So okay, you went to Ukraine to fight for this.
Of course.
So you've been in Russia for 1 year.
I have 3 weeks. Then I go.
3 weeks.
Last year July.
Yeah.
July 20. I go to Ukraine.
What kind of visa did you come to Russia with? Visit visa for 30 days.
For 30 days.
This visa was applied from Saudi Arabia.
I applied in Saudi, Qatar.
Qatar. You applied from there or okay?
No, the embassy.
Hold on. You lived in Qatar before?
I worked in Qatar for 2 years, 6 months.
Okay, so you applied for the visa by yourself in Qatar? Okay.
No, I give somebody my passport, he applied for me. He normally remove for people. If you can go, if you want to give your passport, you can bring it.
But sometimes people come with those kind of visas and send back from the airport.
Of course.
You know that, right?
Yeah. But now they stopped.
They stopped? So if
me, I'm lucky. I was lucky.
When you're coming from the airport, did they search your phone or?
No.
Nothing like that?
Just your visa check, they tell me go. Visa working. So I work here 3 weeks. I see that's most money I can make. Nothing. Because but now I can go. I go. I'm okay. Before after that, my commander told me after you can come back tomorrow. That is 30. Only 30. I will go. I reach here only 30.
So you're going back to Ukraine again, or you're not going back?
Finish. My contract finished.
So how much do they pay there?
The payment is depend now. What they are paying now is crazy. But for our time, it's 240 something.
1,000 rubles every month.
Every month. But now.
But 240 something thousand is a lot of money.
Bro, it's not good. Now they are paying people 5 million.
monthly.
Bro, 5 million. You don't see the tablets. You don't see the tablet. They see put 5 million.
Yeah.
But for our time, it's not like that. They pay less.
I have a lot of people asking me this from Nigeria that they want to come
Right
here.
now, if you see people who want to come to join, to go and join.
But-
I have somebody who can help them to go and join. The commander told me,
You
look,
have somebody.
of course, he need people right now. People,
I have people from Nigeria who are ready to.
no, but for him, he need people from here. Who want
Okay, people that already in Russia.
to Russia. Because sending invitation is
To
going to be-
Nigeria, you know, I told my people that you have to come to
Even one
Russia.
person, 2 person, we have, you can go.
I'm gonna collect your number in case if I have somebody who comes
can
in.
text me, yeah.
Yeah, I have people who are coming. I told them you need to come to Russia first, even on a tourist visa. When you come here, they are this point now. These people now are this place.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just these people
Yeah,
can
these people can make business. They can check your details.
right. These people here at the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They could take
That's why they put them.
that's why they put them. It's also in the metro.
5 million, bro, ruble. 5 million. Moscow, they pay 5 million for 5 million 400,000, something like that.
That's
Crazy money.
that's a fucking fat money.
But I think twice also.
Yeah, you know it sounds great, but it can cost your life also
Of course.
because of money.
Once we went there for document. Me, I purposely I went there for document.
Yes.
God save me. I came back. You understand?
Okay, so after the 1 year, if you don't want to join anymore, you're not going again.
No, after 1 year, you finish. They give you a document. They write something after the release.
So right now you're going to get a Russian passport soon then.
Of course.
Big boy.
Машину тебе показывает, новую машину.
Oh,
Это новая машина. Там есть блок
где?
Чайханский на 3-м этаже.
А где?
Пошли.
Подожди,
Так,
я...
ну, пообщайся, долго или долго?
Нет, через 10 минут.
Хорошо.
She's your wife.
Yes, my wife.
For you have a document that can just, or your wife have, or she did not have. Only you have.
You asked me if I have documents.
Yeah. For you have.
My wife is so based on everything that dude said, he's from Gambia. He came to Russia on a tourist visa. So he said he was in Russia for 3 weeks. Then he decided to join the military. That military he earned around 4.5 million naira every month. Back then, that was 1 year ago. So, before they will send him to Ukraine, they have to train him. And already he was a military back in his country, Gambia. So that was why he wasn't scared. So after everything, he don't serve finish for 1 year. He don't go apply for Russian passport. Imagine traveling 1 year ago. 1 year ago, and telling somebody say you don't get Russian passport. You'll be like, how? That's how it is. When I tell Una recently, earlier this year, say if you come to Russia before September 10th, they'll give you 5 years document. A lot of people saying a lie. But there are people who come, we don't still get 5 years document because that was the law that was passed during that time. So you see this Russian government now, I feel like saying now they need a lot of people to assist, even though I say they know they make them public. But this law that was introduced on the 5th of this month, saying before you apply for Russian passport or a permanent residency, you must apply for 1 year military. So that 1 year now, they'll first train you for maybe these guys in train for 4 months. Then they can go Ukraine for 1 year. That's 1 year and 4 months. But they go, they pay you money. He said now they pay 5 million rubles in Moscow region. That money na big money. Oh. That money, a fat money. Anyway, so if you want to come to Russia to join military, one of the mistakes where we say agents they do now for Nigeria, they tell them and say military package. Military package. There's nothing like military package. You hear what that guy talk? Said the government to send the invitation. Say you go there hard. Now you go use your hand come here. See this thing now. There's this thing what I will show you now for this place. This thing is for everywhere for Russia. Now both for metros. This place is not train station, bus station. They put even for metro. So if you want to join, even if you have a Russian passport, even if you have a visa, even if you don't get visa, just go there. Say you want join. So if all these agents they go the wine on and say military package, or gonna lie, there's something like military package. Few months ago, somebody wrote me on TikTok. He said he wanted a student visa. I'm not supposed to talk about this thing, but let me just just talk. I'm not going to explain the thing. He said one student visa. I said, okay. I tell him the price. Then he said, okay, go contact me. You want to do something? I said, no, wahala. Then many months later, maybe about a month later, no, this guy wrote me back in maybe May, June, or thereabout. I don't know. So he wrote me back in September saying he don't get invitation, but you don't get appointment date. Say I should assist him. I said, okay. So I get somebody who go up and make appointment date at the Russian embassy for money. So the guy, I send out the information. The guy make the appointment for 3 people. 3 of them collect tourist visa. I tell him, I say, how much will I pay for this? He told me they paid $3,000. $3,000 how much? $1 will be 1.4 multiplied by 3,000. That's 4.5 million naira approximately. 4.2 million, but let's just 4.5 million approximately. When he told me, I was like, I feel do this thing for you, even lesser amount, but it don't happen. Say it don't happen. If you get somebody who won't come again, see the amount I could charge him. He said, so this was a military package. I said, no wahala. Fortunately, they went to the embassy. 3 of them collected the visa. But the visa, I know sometimes they'll give you visa in September, where go begin the count in October. They don't go let them the count immediately based on the date on the invitation. That's how they do it. So about a week ago, those guys can't fly to Russia. When they go to the airport, fortunately they have Wi-Fi there. I don't know, some people say they don't get Wi-Fi, but he was communicating with me on Wi-Fi. Say I did Russia now. This. I said okay, no wahala. So long story short, they hold them there for like 24 hours. Long story short, they send them back to Nigeria. Even if this visa was applied for at the Russian embassy in Abuja. One of the reasons why this thing happened is sometimes, a businessman not going to talk in secret on how to, do those things. But I know. But not like I said, not be me help you do them. So not be everything I could tell you. But the guy is a nice guy. So I don't know whether they watch my video though. They watch my video because they do my TikTok. Maybe you not go watch them. I don't know. Many of you, when you get visas, one of the things say maybe on a problem don't over. That one know that see. When I always tell people say to get the visa at the embassy, that be the easiest job because they will ask you a question. All you got to do now to convince them, say you are really worthy of this visa. Like for example, what is the name of your school? You are not expecting a visa when you don't know the name of your school. For people they go student, when they want to apply for student visa, how do they give you the visa when you don't even know the school where they go? You don't even know the city where they go. So how exactly? People they go tourists, they'll tell you say where you plan to see. So these are just conversation where you're supposed to know. Make your research. When you reach airport, there was a guy who posted a comment under my video. One time he deleted the comment. I don't know. I can't answer why he deleted that. But I wanted to make a video about it. He said he got a student visa. He come Russia here, Petersburg, I've been in Moscow. I don't know. They send and go back to his country, Tanzania. I asked him how many years did they say? 28 years. How old are you? Say 28 years. So a lot of you, when you get the visa, nothing say on a problem, don't over. No. On a problem just start because when you go for embassy, those people they speak English, you understand them correctly. But when you come to Russia, he said they just everything they do, you never understand. When they want to send and go back, they call his translator, come right and say, we are sending you back to your country. He couldn't even defend himself, nothing. He couldn't say a word. That's why they tell Una, if you're coming, make sure say you get person for airport where they wait for you. Now for your own good, not be for my own good. Now for your own good. A guy wrote to me like about a month ago, say somebody get a visa issued in Saudi Arabia, blah blah blah. Said, can you go to do you do airport pickup? I said yes. I give him my price. He said okay, add $200 on top. I'll give the guy your number now. He said okay. He blessed give the guy the number. The guy say the money too much. You don't call me because you don't get visa. And of course, when you don't get visa, you don't need anybody again. The boy fly come Russia here. When he reach Russia, I'll post the chat when I read about myself. When he reach Russia, yeah, they sent him back to Nigeria. Before they want to send him back, I called to tell the guy, say, give me that guy number, make I call him. I'm ready to pay. Even if you're ready to pay, I'm not going to follow immigration talk. I won't do that again. Carry my number, give you, make you call immigration. I just buy a new number. I don't want my immigration get that number. I'm not going to do that. The ones where I don't get immigration, if I don't, because those people we're talking to, not be people we're supposed to talk to. The only people we're saying, I me help them do their invitation. I mean know how I take get them. Some people, some of the invitation one are there for hand, or not even supposed to hold themselves. That's the truth. Not every invitation you will get where they give the visa for Nigeria. So, in summary, when you come Russia right now, even after you don't get the visa, please make sure say you get somebody where they wait for you for the airport. Because even having the visa, having the acceptance letter from the university, still don't mean anything. Sometimes I don't know if you talk the reason why the immigration they send people go back to Nigeria. I can't tell you the reason. But all I just got to tell you is say, based on my experience and based on sometimes I don't follow them talk on the phone, based on some people they come and give them my number. If you get somebody where they wait for you at the airport, or somebody will talk to them, or somebody will give them their documents to kind of use as guarantor for you, you're gonna be safe. Those guys what they send go back, 3 of them. If they had somebody at the airport waiting for that place in present, they would have crossed. But because you get waiting and tell the immigration them, the immigration now come to look and say, oh, okay, I won't say what they tell them. So when the guy showed me the passport, I saw FSB stamp on it. FSB just be like all these people were in charge. Anything like you'll be like EFCC, but EFCC come outside when they hear something about fraud or something. That's when they'll come outside. Just how FSB be. So somehow, maybe I don't know why they put that stamp on that visa. When they sent me the visa, I was like, they don't cancel them. You have to apply again. And they don't already do fingerprints for Russia here. So those people that they were expecting them not to go back to Nigeria, do another passport, change their name. Even if you change your name, when you come here, put your fingerprint again. That passport where you don't carry enter and I don't take register you. Your information. So if something like that happen, I won't reapply. Do a passport with a different name, with the same name. So that when they come, when they fingerprint you, you don't do your fingerprint. Your name's already there for system here. So they will know that you've come to Russia before. And if you change your passport, it will be a problem for you. So this is the advice for today. So if you get any question, you leave the question under the video and I'll try reply you. That's all for now. Peace.